Now, let's talk about filters, one of my favorite parts of shaping a sound. In Quick Sampler, the filters section is super powerful. I use it to sculpt the tone of a sample, removing hush, highs, making things sound warmer, or even creating movement with the envelope. Let me walk you through how I use each control. First, I make sure the filter is turned on. Without it, none of the filter settings do anything. So easy to forget. Then I pick a filter type from the menu. Each one has its own vibe. Low-pass filter. This is the one I use most. It removes high frequencies and keeps the lows. It's great for making things sound smooth, round, or lo-fi. High-pass filter is opposite to low-pass. It removes the lows and keeps the highs. It's useful for thin, bright sounds. Bandpass keeps just a narrow band of frequencies. I use this when I want a focused, nasal kind of sound. We also have band reject filter. It does the reverse. It removes a narrow band and keeps everything else. It creates a hollow or phasey effect sometimes. The cutoff knob sets the main frequency point where the filter begins to shape the sound. In Quick Sampler, this is shown as a percentage rather than a specific hertz value. For example, if I'm using a low-pass filter and set the cutoff to around 30%, it means most of the high frequencies are being reduced and mainly the lower part of the sound spectrum is coming through. As I increase the percentage, more of the high frequencies are allowed to pass, gradually opening up the sound. Then there is resonance, reso, which boosts the frequencies right at the cutoff point. When I turn it up, I get a sharper, whistling sound. It's great for adding character or turning a simple sample into something more synth-like. The drive knob adds some grit by overdriving the signal inside the filter. Depending on the filter type, this can go from warm saturation to full-on distortion. I use this when I want the sound to be more aggressive or analog sounding. Just like with pitch, there is an envelope that controls how the filter moves over time, and the envelope depth sets how much influence that envelope has. The cutoff acts as the starting point of the filter, where it begins shaping the sound. Envelope depth determines how far the filter travels from that point. At 100%, the envelope pushes the filter fully open from the cutoff position. At lower values, the movement is more restrained, keeping it closer to the starting point. With envelope depth, I'm not controlling the speed. I'm shaping the range of the movement. The envelope itself defines the timing, how fast or slow the filter travels through the range. For example, a short attack will snap the filter open quickly, while a longer release will ease it back down gradually. visual envelope display makes this easy to understand. It shows how fast the movement happens, and with envelope depth, I control how far it goes. Together, they give me full control over the shape and character of the filter motion. Key scale lets the filter respond to where I'm playing on the keyboard. If it's at 0, the filter behaves the same on every key. But when I raise it, say to 100, higher notes will have a more open filter and lower notes more closed. That's great when I want to keep a natural fill across the keyboard, especially for instruments or pads. The velocity slider controls how much the envelope responds to the velocity of my playing. Basically, how hard or soft I hit the keys. At 0%, the envelope always plays at full strength, no matter how I press the key. At 100, the envelope strength is entirely based on velocity. Soft notes trigger a smaller envelope, while hard notes trigger a full one. The filter section in Quick Sampler really helps me carve out space in a mix or add movement to otherwise static sounds. Whether it's warming up a vocal chop, cleaning up a low-end rumble, or turning a boring loop into something dynamic and expressive, filters are a key part of my toolkit.